What's up, guys and gals? My name is Splattercat, and we are here at the Nerd Castle, where we are out of the frying pan and into a cool glass of water. In between episodes, right after I had gotten out of that battle, the Nords had offered us peace, and so had the Khergits, and so now we've entered a period of sort of peace, where we have to decide whether or not we want to ride out on Vaegirs really hard for what they've done to us. Now, we could totally ride this thing hard and put it away wet if we wanted to, but I think our best option right now, given how defended Vaegirs is, I don't think anyone actually ever fights against Vaegir. They just kind of repel their armies, and then finally you walk away and you're like, yay, we fought with Vaegirs for a minute and they left us alone. Hurrah! Let's not actually take any of their property. Whee! And I think that's just how it goes. Weirdly enough, though, I went down and during the off time I got myself a whole bunch more Rodok crossbowmen, because obviously you need somebody to watch the walls of your kingdom. And so there it is. We've got a couple of them well on the way to becoming sharpshooters. We made it through that entire campaign and only lost 3 knights, which isn't so bad. I think we had 61. We may have had 67. Either way, it was a 6 with a stick-like number after it, and I'm going to assume that it was 1 because that sounds a lot better than 7. Anyways, we made it out of that major time of war where everybody was trying to take our stuff from us without anything too terrible happening. We're no longer being sequestered, which is good. Sungechi is giving us cash, Kyudan is giving us a lot of cash, so we're doing a little bit better over there. We're finally in the green, which is good, but unfortunately, one of the downsides to all this is that a lot of our captives were from the Kingdom of Nords, and so unfortunately we aren't going to get paid out for them, but we are in the green, which is good. We're still making a little bit of money. Now, in this episode, now that we've made peace, I do want to kind of scout out what we can handle against the Kingdom of Vaegirs. They haven't sent their king in, oddly enough. We haven't seen their king. I have seen Ragnar floating around our lands. I have seen Sanjar Khan riding around our lands. But no word from, I think it's... Ooh, what's the king over there's name? I don't think it's King... I don't know. King something. Anyways, that's what I'm going to call him from now on. Even when I meet him at a party, I'm going to be like, oh, hey, what's up, King something? And he's going to be like, oh, I don't like this guy at all. I think Nelag was one of the ones that we were looking at to consolidate our holdings, and I think that's not going to be a terrible idea. With 85 marksmen, I do think that it is something that we can manage to take. I don't want to tempt the tiger anymore with the Khergits, simply based on the fact that we've been fighting a lot lately, and I'd prefer just to keep our enemies limited for now. Fighting against the Khergits is one of those things where, yeah, I could take just about everything from the Khergits right now, but it would require me to redeclare war on them. We're still at war with Vaegirs, which gives them a nice amount of leverage against us as well, especially if they decide to attack in unison, which they have done. So, it's just one of those little tiny things where I think I'm just going to focus on the people who have declared on me right now. And as that goes down the pipe, we'll come up with other things. Or up the pipe. As long as it's in the pipe or, you know, with the pipe or whatever. I don't know. We're talking about pipes and stuff right now as though it's medieval times. In case you didn't know, back in the day, in like the Renaissance period, a pipe was a unit of measurement. You had like a pipe of wine, for example. But anyways, let's see if we're going to... So I am the marshal. What I would prefer to do right now is have everybody... I'd like to call a campaign, but I don't know if that's going to work out for us. Let me see here. I thought you did that through the steward. Unfortunately, since I'm already the marshal, let me wait and see until I find somebody from my own faction. And then once we do, I'll call a campaign, and we'll see what we can get done here. Let us assemble the army. And so now what we will consider doing is we will ride out to Nelag, and anybody that chooses to join us will join us, and anybody that doesn't will be considered a traitor. We shall hang them by their pinky toes. So Rolf is here with his 5 guys. We've got Gurlad with his 159. That's good because that's the person that I needed. And so we've got 59, 159, so we're up to 218. We've got the 23 there, and then we've got my 121. So we're sitting at about... I mean, we're not at the size of their force yet. We're almost there. I think I'll just hang out here for a little bit and see if any of my other lords show up. I know that we got a couple guys around who have like 60 men, like 1 or 2 further. Oh, don't do this, guys. I need everybody on deck for this one. What's Gurlad got? Gurlad has, let me see here, I can't actually get a good look at his army to figure out what he's got in his retinue. He has 16 veterans, still pretty much, he's got 48 warriors, that's not too bad. Although I do think bringing my siege breakers is probably a better idea than bringing my knights. So let's go back to the castle right now while we wait. I mean, everybody else might be captured or otherwise incapacitated. That could be the other part of this that I'm not considering. But anyways, let's go ahead. We're going to keep our hired blades and our mercenary swordsmen. We're going to put all of our horsemen, though, into the garrison because they don't tend to be quite as good at sieging as you would hope they would. You would hope that they'd be like, yeah, sieging, and they would be totally down for it. And they would be like, you know what, the one thing that I always wanted to do was a super awesome siege. And so now you've let me do that, Mad Dog McGriddle, and I feel forever as though I am in your debt. But unfortunately, that's not the way it goes. So I've got sharpshooters here. So now what I need to do is track down all of my Huskarls, if I have any. Oh, I only have 21. That's concerning. Okay, well, we may be about ready for a new round. We may be about ready for a new round of training then, which is disappointing. But it's looking like it's not going to be able to be helped, so whatever. Let's head on back, and I think we can take Nelag. I don't think that that's too far outside the realm of possibility. It's going to take us some time to maybe get all the archers off the walls, possibly. I'd prefer to have a few more veterans as well. With regards to my archery force, that's a big part that I'm worried about too, is that if I had like 50 sharpshooters right now, I'd be like, oh yeah, we're good. But considering what we have, well, let's besiege it, and it's going to take us a little while to build the ladders, so if we lose here, we lose here. I'm not going to get uber concerned about it, but we will lead our troops in an assault. It's 157 versus what looks like maybe archers are going to be back here on the lines. So now we wait. I'm going to go ahead and get up against the walls just to make sure that I don't catch any bolts or anything in the early game. I really do dislike it when I go to all the effort of trying to make sure that I run a castle siege properly and then it just doesn't happen for me. And so now that I'm up against the walls, what we should see is we should see a large attachment of deaths. Now, we don't have them even doubled in number. We're only sitting at like maybe 270, 280 troops. So this might get a little bit ugly for us. This could be one of those battles that could 100% not go in our favor. And in fact, it looks as though it is not going in our favor already. And let me see if I can snag this guy right here. I don't think the problem is necessarily that my aiming is so bad. My mouse sensitivity is getting in the way. It's actually moving by large-scale pixels right now. It's causing me a little bit of heartache. Oh, don't do that. Fortunately, I just can't seem to get at that guy. Ooh, who shot me? There he is. There we go. Got him right in the face. Fantastic. Couldn't have asked for a better resolution right there. We have taken the walls, which means that I am inclined to say, archers, take the walls and do your thing. In fact, that is what I'm going to go for here. Oh, God. Oh, they're hanging back behind the house. Okay, I see it now. And I got shot as I was attempting. I got stuck on the collision of the ladder right there, and it dropped my shield for some reason. I assure you, my right finger never came off the click. So we gained 5 and we lost 4. That means we've pretty much lost the fight. Let me see how the castle's doing. 107. Oh, I think we're actually doing okay. I don't think it went that badly. It could have gone worse. Let's Bring up them. We'll bring up all of our veteran archers. And then we'll go ahead and besiege the castle. We will wait until tomorrow. We'll just kind of hang this thing out. Just dangle it on out there. Sometimes that's what you got to do in life. Sometimes you've got to be modest, but then other times you just got to hang it out there and see what grabs it. Treat it like a fishing lure. You never know. So let's prepare ladders. I think the 1 day's worth of rest should be enough to get my health back up to a suitable level. And we will lead our soldiers. I should be at like, oh, I thought I was going to be at 50%. Well, damn. That's not nearly where I was hoping to be with regards to health, but we'll take it. Let's go ahead and deploy our archers to right there. Hopefully I don't catch an arrow in the foot right now. And somebody told me that, you know the Skyrim thing about catching an arrow to the knee? That's actually a euphemism for getting married, and I never knew that. I thought he was being literalist right there and saying, oh, I got hit by an arrow in the knee and it crippled him for life. But in reality, what he's saying is that he used to be an adventurer until he got married. Never knew that. Never knew that until somebody of Scandinavian ancestry told me that that's a common euphemism for getting married over there. Unfortunately, his arm is in the way of the shot that I'm trying to make, but I think I should be able to get him. That guy's like clipping through a wall or something. Shoot him on the way down, maybe pin him to the wall. Badass style. That'd be so cool, Princess, like, that'd be amazing. Princess Mononoke his ass to the wall, just like, with a giant laser arrow. That's what this game needs. This game needs superpowers. We need to bring this thing into, like, the the Dynasty Warrior spectrum, where you've got, like, giant laser arrows flying around everywhere, and dudes doing whirlwind spins with their axes, killing 100 men at a time. Yeah, that's what this game needs. Some modder needs to get on that right now. Yep, and I knew I was going to start taking arrows from that guy. I saw him aim. Luckily, there is a timing to the way that they fire at you, so you can dodge it fairly simply if you played the game for a bit. Taking a look at the field and how it is constructed at the moment. God. Lots of arrows flying around. We seem to be doing okay with regards to the casualties that we're wreaking havoc among our enemies. So, we're wreaking casualties of havoc. There we go. You've got to stack up your adjectives sometimes. And on this side of the wall, I think what I prefer to do is we're going to retreat right now. And the reason we're retreating is because what's going to happen is that the enemy is going to take the large majority of their marksmen and they're just going to hang back against the back wall of the castle. And once they do that, it's basically a killing zone as we come up over the ladder. And so this is a little bit of a way to cheese your way through the fight if you wanted to make things simpler on yourself. When we take Nelag, I don't know, Nords has declared war on SWAT. Okay, good. Whew. I was like, please just don't let it be me. That's all I care about, is don't declare war on me right now. If you declare war on me, it's a bit too much. Just over the edge. There's like this little kind of edge slash notch when you get to the realm of too much. And that's where they have found themselves aligned. And so this has wiped out our troops pretty spectacularly, if I had to say so myself. Simultaneously, though, we've done an okay job of killing off the enemy here. They don't have a whole lot of archers left, so I think this is going to be the final push. We are going to try and take the wall at any costs during this gambit. I don't know if it's going to work out for us, but we are going to give it a shot. We have a lot of our Huskarls going up the wall right now, so seeing as we have Nordic troops taking everything, I think it's also going to be a good idea that in between episodes here, I may do a little bit of a recruitment spree to see if I can replenish our frontline troops. We've got lots of horsemen, we got lots of archers right now, but we are sorely lacking when it comes to an infantry force of note. And so I think we will go ahead and give that another try as we go further on into our campaign. I am trying to make it so that every other episode or so I do take a new piece of property just to instill a sort of time limit on myself. I wish you guys could make a shot right now. Infantry fallback, don't waste your lives. Let them get situated right on that little lip right there. And I think you guys are blocking my shots. So if we can get them situated on the lip, we should be able to kill off a whole bunch of them with just lucky shots from here on out. Yeah, and so there it is. You can kind of see the damage turning around here. And I'm going to tempt fate here for just a moment to see if I can't get a bit more bow damage in. And they won't come down the wall no matter what you do. I've actually tried to bait them down the wall, and they'll only come down. It seems like the AI has some sort of shackle on it, from what I've noticed, anyways. I love the fact that these guys don't have much armor. It is kind of nice. And yep, just cheesing our way to victory here. That guy's got a shield up, unfortunately. A lot of them do, in fact. So in the interest of possibly breaking a shield, I do hear the sounds of shields breaking, so I heard kind of that crackly noise. I'll put a couple rounds on that guy, just to make sure that he's not bothering my archers. And how are they doing over here? We're still losing some of our little guys, and so now I think it's going to be... Oh, no, infantry charge. There we go. And so I'm going to give the infantry the charge order one more time. They do seem to be congregating a little bit at the top of the ladder. Oh, really? They're going to be able to reinforce. Alright, well... That's not good. That seems to be a major problem for us, but I think their lines are pretty much broken at this point anyways. I think the number said 60 is what they had remaining. We were still attacking with 200 plus, so we should be alright. See if I can't fire arrows into that little crevice right there and help out. This assault appears to be going a little bit better, although it can be tough to tell sometimes. Get rid of that last archer with my last round, and then pay attention to the ones on the walls right there, because those tend to be the ones that get me. Those tend to be the snake in the hole there. I think they're out of ammo, actually. We may be kind of safe in a weird way. Okay, and we've taken the wall, sort of. They still have a lot of archers around. I'm going to go ahead and give the archers the charge order. Just allow them to come up the ladder. And then the moment that we've got this thing resolved, I'm going to go back to my castle, and I'm going to get us a couple more lords. I think that's going to be the best way to expand our influence. The more lords we have, the more armies that we can field, and so another lord with the castle is going to be like another 150 men. If we can get another army that's similar to what Gurlad has, I think that's what's going to be allowing us to jump this little speed bump that we've hit. Although I think that really kind of the hard part of the ball game has already been played. We are kind of in the... I would say we're in the back end of the game now, where mostly all we're going to be doing is just capturing territory and holding what we own. Oh, good. A surprising little streak of casualties here that I wasn't expecting. Which I suppose is the definition of surprising. That which one wasn't expecting. So that might have been a little bit redundant, but you know what? I stand by it. I stand by it because it's cold out today, and actually it is pretty warm. That terrible kind of linguistic foible that I just made, very, very warm. It's like a little heating lamp, in fact. I really hope they don't do that thing where it's like the castle defenders are up in blah blah blah. Okay, good. It didn't do it. That would have sucked. So we're going to take everything that they have and... Not the best selection of units to replace that which we lost. But I guess it's better than nothing. So we will take the castle now. And I'm going to defer the appointment. And that should give us control of Hanun as well, so we should be able to get 2 new lords if we're really spry about this and we know how to work the political... Oh yeah, I need to break off the campaign too, so that these guys are allowed to go recruit and do whatever it is they do in their off time. I assume it's eating lots of ice cream and just being kind of decadent, just being like, on our way to the noble ice cream bar, just being super, super, I want to end the campaign. Let's go ahead and let everybody go home. It's always nice to go home. I can't wait to go home. I've been stuck in this college town for so long, and I can't wait to be back at home with everybody that I knew growing up. It is gonna be amazing. It excites me. It makes me very, very happy thinking that I get to go home within the next 4 or 5 months after 4 years of being away. Staymar. I don't remember who the good guys are. Barons. It appears as though we have a lot of people from varying kingdoms. I think I'll take Staymar first, and we'll give him the castle. And there it is. So Staymar has earned himself a castle. Well, he didn't really have to earn it, but he gets himself a castle anyways. And I think we'll take Baron's next. And we'll give him the village of Hanun. And there it is. And so everybody should be a little bit, it appears as though, oh, Baron's got that. Okay, that's fine. Alright, and so we have some new lords that have joined our kingdom. Which I think will make our lives a bit easier. I'm going to, at this point, I'm going to let you guys tag along for a couple more minutes since technically the episode's not over. But what I'd like to do right now is go out and get myself some more Huskarls training up. So I'm going to put as many sharpshooters as I can in Qdan. We'll also take prisoners right now, since I suppose we're already in the vicinity, so we might as well do it. Might as well do it. That's always my lifelong stratagem. If you're in the vicinity, just do it. I think I will put all of them in there. So we've got 56 sharpshooters. Garrison's looking a little bit more beefy. We'll allow them to continue leveling up in the interest of our own safety. And then it's time to go on the road. Let's go ahead and hit up all of these outer Nordic kingdoms for recruitment. And we are going to have to buy some food while we're out here, too. I'm always out of food. I have such a large army and such a large garrison that it seems like we are just constantly out of the victuals. And people are trying to assassinate me again. A lot of people. Wow, they brought their own personal army this time. And me at low health. What's funny is they could probably take me if they all rushed me simultaneously. Especially the dudes with the hammers. The guys with the hammers are especially difficult because they can knock you down, which is essentially just a CC that allows everybody else to take you out while you're laying on the ground. Is that everybody? Is there somebody remaining? Got 350 dinars for that one on people trying to attack us. Just getting into giant murder brawls in the middle of someone else's village. Seems like a pretty nerd castle thing to do. Murder brawl! Isn't that what it was called in... I think that's a Saints Row thing. No, I don't think it's Dr. Genki's murder brawl. It's Dr. Genki's... Well, it was something of mayhem in the 4th game because I remember the acronym was MOM, so it was Dr. Genki's mom, which was hella funny. And then in the 3rd game, it was Dr. Genki something. Or Professor Genki. There we go, it's Professor Genki. I know stuff and things. Oh wow, we almost did some one-stop shopping here. Let's go ahead and check the tavern for any mercenaries that might be useful. Mercenary crossbowmen and some farmers that are looking for somebody to help their village out. I don't think that's going to be in the cards for them right now. Did I hit Ruvar already? I can't remember. We're going to go out there anyways. 50 mountain bandits in Ruvar. Disappointing for Ruvar, not really my problem though. Bandits in the middle of my enemy's kingdom, that's a good thing for me. That's not something that I'm going to remedy willingly. I will just allow them to struggle with their own problems. And so, I think we've kind of come to the end of this episode. I'm going to break it off here because all I'm going to be doing is recruiting and then standing around grabbing food and making sure that everybody... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Well, damn, this could get rowdy. Well, I suppose we'll fight this out. It's just bandits, so it's not going to be that bad. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care out there, everybody, and hi-do.